Ladies, if you've stood in front of your mirror lately, watching your hair fall flatter than it did even last year, you need to hear this. It's not your hair failing you, it's your cut failing your hair. After 60, fine hair changes, the density shifts, the bounce disappears, and the cuts that once made you feel put together now just sit there, tired and shapeless. I've spent years studying which bobs actually lift fine hair and which ones quietly wreck it, and today I'm walking you through the 5 that work with your hair, not against it. If you're the kind of woman who wants to look effortless, expensive, and years younger without a single extra product, you're exactly who this channel was built for. So hit subscribe before we dive in. And stay close, because number 4 is the one so many women are afraid to try. And it might just be the boldest, most transformative cut on this entire list. Now, let's dive in. The first haircut on our list that will make you look effortlessly radiant and instantly fuller is the textured bob. And if you've ever felt like smooth, perfectly polished hair just isn't you anymore, this one is about to feel like coming home. You know that pressure to look neat, tidy, controlled, like every strand has to sit exactly in place, or you're doing it wrong. But here's the truth. Nobody tells you. Perfectly smooth hair after 60 can actually age you, making fine strands look flat, stiff, and a little lifeless, no matter how much product you use. That's exactly why the textured bob exists, and why it works so beautifully for you. Instead of fighting your hair into submission, this cut uses soft, point-cut layers to create movement and dimension, so even if your hair is thinning, it reads as full, soft, and alive. I once worked with a woman in her late 60s who told me she used to love her messy, beachy hair when she was younger. But somewhere along the way, she felt like she was supposed to go neat and controlled instead. We gave her a lightly layered textured bob, nothing wild, just a soft shape that moved with her. And 2 weeks later, she came back glowing, telling me she felt like she was smiling more without even realizing she'd stopped. That's the kind of shift this cut creates for you. When you sit in the chair, ask your stylist for gentle point-cut layers throughout, a soft tousled finish that doesn't cling to your scalp, and feathered ends instead of blunt ones. This cut is perfect for you if your hair feels limp no matter what you use, if you're tired of chasing neat every single morning, and if you want a shape that still looks good even on the days you don't style it at all. Because this isn't about looking done or perfect, it's about looking like you again, relaxed, radiant, and a little bit free. And if you love the idea of low-effort, high-impact hair, wait until you see what's coming up next, because the next cut on this list does something no other bob can. It brings your entire face back into focus without a single bang in sight. The second haircut on our list that will make you look polished and quietly captivating is the curtain bob. And if you've ever felt torn between hiding behind your hair and feeling too exposed without it, this cut was made exactly for you. You don't want a style that buries your face, but you also don't want every line and shadow fully on display either. And that's the balance so few cuts actually get right. The curtain bob softens your forehead without the commitment of full bangs, builds gentle volume around your cheeks instead of piling it at the crown, and draws every bit of attention straight to your eyes, right where your expression truly lives. I once had a client in her mid-60s tell me she didn't want to hide behind her hair, but she also didn't want her haircut exposing every line on her face. And after we shaped her into a soft curtain bob, she came back a week later and said, "It doesn't cover me, it just brings me forward again." That's the feeling this cut gives you. Ask your stylist for gentle layers through the front that blend into soft curtain pieces, with a light curve around your jaw and absolutely no stacking or blunt lines. This should flow, not sit rigid. This is perfect for you if your temples or forehead feel more prominent lately, if you want face-framing softness without fully committing to bangs, and if you're drawn to a style that moves rather than one that just sits there. Because this cut doesn't hide who you are, it hints at everything you've grown into. And if softness around your face already feels like a relief, wait until you see the next cut, because it solves the one problem softness alone can never fix. The third haircut on our list that will make you look sculpted and effortlessly lifted is the inverted bob. And if you've ever stood at your mirror teasing your crown, spraying it, fluffing it, only to watch it collapse 5 minutes later, this is the cut that finally stops that cycle for good. It's not that your hair is stubborn, and it's not that you're doing something wrong every morning. It's simply that your cut hasn't been doing its job. So many of us default to the classic straight-across bob because it feels safe and neat. But for fine hair after 60, that blunt line can actually pile weight right where your hair is weakest, at the very back of your head, dragging everything down before the day even starts. The inverted bob changes that completely by going shorter in the back and longer in the front, gently shifting weight forward so your crown lifts instead of collapses, and your face gets structure exactly where you need it most. I once worked with a woman in her mid-60s who told me every cut she'd tried before just made her hair hang there, and what she really needed was shape, not just less length. After we gave her the inverted bob, she came back and told me that for the first time in years, she didn't feel like her hair was sliding off her head anymore. That's the power of a cut built to lift you, not weigh you down. When you're in the chair, ask your stylist for tapered layers at the back, a gentle forward angle that frames your jaw, and subtle crown layering, never heavy stacking, just enough to hold volume for you. This cut is perfect if your hair is finer in the back and fuller toward the front, if you struggle with flatness at the nape no matter what you do, and if you're ready for a shape that holds itself up without heat tools or styling tricks every single morning. Because when your haircut does the lifting for you, you finally get to stop chasing it. And if structure like this already feels like relief, brace yourself, because the next cut on this list is the boldest one here, the one so many women are too afraid to try, and it might just be the one your hair has been asking for all along. The fourth haircut on our list, the one so many of you have been waiting for, the boldest and most transformative cut here is the microbob. And if you've been telling yourself shorter hair is too risky when your hair's already thinning, I need you to hear this. It might be the exact thing your hair has been asking for all along. The microbob is a shorter, sleeker version of the classic bob, usually sitting right around the jawline, and on fine hair after 60, it does something almost no other cut can. It removes those straggly, thinning ends that make your hair look tired, no matter how you style it. It instantly lifts your entire face by revealing your jaw and neck. And because there's simply less hair for gravity to fight, what's left naturally looks fuller, fresher, and undeniably younger. I once had a woman in her early 70s tell me she was terrified of cutting her hair shorter, but she also admitted she felt like she was clinging to something that clearly wasn't working for her anymore. We gave her a soft microbob just under her ears, curved gently inward. No harsh lines, nothing severe, just a crisp little shape that framed her beautifully. She emailed me days later and said she felt lighter, like her hair finally matched how she felt inside. And honestly, that's the real transformation this cut offers you. When you sit down with your stylist, ask for a soft, even cut that falls just below or at the jaw, a slight inward bevel to avoid anything boxy, and absolutely no heavy stacking or layering. Just simple, intentional, elegant lines. This cut is perfect for you if your ends have been thinning, but you still crave real shape, if you're craving something low maintenance and clean, and if you want modern without tipping into edgy. Don't let the word micro fool you. This bob may be small in length, but it is enormous in confidence, because letting go of length here isn't a loss at all. It's a powerful new beginning for you. And if this feels bold, wait until you see our final cut. Because it proves you don't need to go short at all to look younger, you just need the right softness in exactly the right place. The final haircut on our list, the one that proves you don't need to go short or dramatic to look instantly younger and fuller, is the soft A-line bob. And if you've ever sat in the chair, asked for a classic bob, and walked out with something stiff, heavy, and somehow even flatter than before, this is the cut that finally gets it right. Here's the truth about blunt, heavy lines. They weigh fine hair down instead of lifting it. And that's exactly why the soft A-line is such a gentle game changer for you. It keeps that clean, longer in front, shorter in back shape so many of us love, but replaces bulk with softness and stiffness with movement. So the gentle slope naturally lifts your neck and jawline while keeping length exactly where you want it, framed around your face. I once styled a woman in her early 70s who told me she always believed structure meant straight, rigid lines. But after this cut, she said her neck looked longer and her hair actually felt lighter for the first time in years. That's the quiet magic of the soft A-line. It gives you the illusion of volume simply by moving with you instead of against you. When you sit down with your stylist, ask for a front-to-back angle that's soft, not sharp, minimal stacking, just enough to hold shape, and a neckline that feels clean rather than cropped. This cut is perfect for you if you want structure without stiffness, if you love a little movement around your chin and jaw, and if you're finally ready to let go of the blow dryer and round brush routine for good. This bob doesn't shout for attention, it quietly enhances everything that's already there. And for you, that's more than enough. So here we are, 5 cuts, 5 different problems solved. But every single one of them built around the same truth. You were never the problem. You simply needed a cut designed to work with you instead of against you. If any of these spoke to you, tell me in the comments which one you're trying first. And if you're still holding on to a cut that doesn't feel like you anymore, let this be your gentle nudge to finally let it go. Because your hair isn't in the way, it's just waiting for the right shape to carry you forward. So let's bring it all together, because what we really talked about today wasn't just 5 haircuts. It was you finally getting permission to stop fighting your hair and start working with it instead. We walked through the textured bob for effortless movement, the curtain bob for soft face framing, the inverted bob for lift exactly where you need it, the micro bob for bold, confident shortness, and the soft A-line for structure without a single bit of stiffness. 5 different problems, 5 different solutions, but one truth running underneath every single one of them. Your hair was never the problem. It was simply waiting for a cut to work with it instead of against it. If one of these spoke to you, tell me down in the comments which cut you're taking to your next appointment. And if there's a cut you've been holding on to that doesn't feel like you anymore, let this video be your gentle nudge to finally let it go. And if you're new here, this is exactly what we do. We help you glow and get dressed for this beautiful new chapter of your life. So hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the next one. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Keep choosing softness over struggle and let your hair speak in a voice that's fully, unapologetically your own.